2023, around 11:38 p.m., officers were dispatched to 212 King Street in the city of Sumter, South Carolina, in reference to a stabbing. Upon arrival, officers activated their body-worn cameras and made contact that he had invited a few friends over for a gathering. While he was in the kitchen cleaning, Travis Roman and Marcus Shannon started having a verbal altercation that quickly turned into a physical altercation. Is that Shannon had stabbed Roman in the center of the chest and proceeded to leave the residence soon after. Officers entered the home and found Mr. Roman lying on the floor in the laundry with a stab wound to his chest. Officers cleared the scene and contacted investigations and forensics detective Michael Austin to process the scene. Witnesses at the residence. All witnesses were taken to the Sumter Police Department and interviewed regarding the incident. Provided written statements implicating Mr. Marcus Shannon. At the residence, law enforcement observed that there were 2 knives in the kitchen which appeared to not have been used in the incident. One was a serrated bread knife and the other was a meat cleaver. In the bedroom, law enforcement located a pocket knife which appeared to have been used to cut pills. Additionally, law enforcement located the knife believed to have been used in the altercation. The knife was silver and black and bent and had blood on it. The knife was collected and placed into evidence. The DNA blood was also collected from the wall where the knife was located. At the hospital, Mr. Travis Roman was pronounced deceased by the doctor and coroner. On the morning of 11/18/2023, in the area of White Street, law enforcement searched the area and located Mr. Marcus Shannon on foot. Mr. Shannon was arrested and transported to the Sumter City Police Department without incident. At the department, Shannon refused to sign a waiver of his Miranda rights. While sitting in the audio and video recorded room, Marcus stated without law enforcement that he did not know Mr. Travis Roman, doesn't know where King Street is. Photographs were taken of Mr. Shannon and placed into evidence. Detective Wade observed that Mr. Marcus had an injury to his right pinky finger. Mr. Shannon immediately offered up an explanation for the injury, stating that he was putting up a dog kennel and injured his hand. At the Sumter County Detention Center, Mr. Shannon also stated that his nickname was Snacks. On 11/19/2023, Detective Wade and Ms. Shakita Sinclair attended Mr. Marcus Shannon's bond hearing. At the bond hearing, while the judge spoke to Detective Wade, or myself, Shakita burst into tears suddenly. The correction officer, Lieutenant Martin, stepped in front of Marcus and scolded him on the rules of the bond court. After the bond hearing, Detective Wade spoke with provided a written statement of what she observed in the courtroom and also explained that she heard that this is not the first time Mr. Marcus Shannon has used a knife to stab Travis Roman. About 2 weeks prior, Snacks had cut Travis. The statement was collected and placed with the case file. On 11/20/23, I requested the video footage from the bond hearing. On the same day the autopsy was completed, the manner of death was ruled stab wound to the chest. Around 1400 on that day,
They had knives. They started yelling at each other, telling each other they both had knives. They threw chairs at each other. They threw beers at each other. They tore the house up. They started running around the house. And all of a sudden, they hear, "He got me," from the other room. And nobody saw what happened. And they went running in the other room. And the alleged victim in the case was stabbed in the chest. That's all I have. I don't have any of that other stuff. I was not given any of that other stuff. I did not know any of that other stuff. But that's what I have, is that there were 2 people with knives fighting each other in a mutual combat situation, throwing chairs at each other, throwing beers, tearing up the house, running around the house, and one of them ends up getting stabbed in the other room. And of course, Your Honor knows, I don't even know why a bond hearing was held in the magistrate court. The magistrate cannot set bond on a murder. I don't have that video, but that's supposed to be said at the next term of General Sessions Court on a murder charge. I don't have the autopsy. This is the first violent crime on his record. He does not have a substantial record, Your Honor. Most of his, he has a pending DV now, but his other charges are magistrate court charges and over 12 years old. He has a row of people here supporting him today. He does not have any ties outside of Sumter. He has 3 children, 5, 15, and 19. He was working with doing plumbing and reframing houses and still has that job if he were to get out. He lives nowhere near where this took place. He went to the 10th grade, and we would allege that all of his ties are in Sumter. He's definitely not a flight risk, and he does not have a violent history, Your Honor. We would allege that this sounds like from what I have and from what I've been given, I haven't been given 2/3 of the discovery, and from what I have, it sounds like a mutual combat situation, and that he is not a danger to the community. If he gets out, he won't live anywhere near where this happened, and would ask the court to set a reasonable bond.
Anything else from the state?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
I don't think he's a flight risk, but I would say as of today, from what I've heard, that the prima facie case has been made that he's a danger to society and to the community, so therefore I will deny the bond, Ms. Cook. But I'm mindful of the fact that the discovery has not reached you yet, so therefore, once that has happened and you have more discovery, you certainly may seek a new bond hearing, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
This is Christian News TY. I'm Tony Conyers. If there are any newsworthy events, we will get them to you as soon as possible. If not, you can follow us on Christian News TY Facebook, you can follow us on YouTube, and you can follow us on our website.
Your Honor, please the court.
Yes, sir.
State of South Carolina versus Darcinia Lewis, indictment number 2024-GS-43-372. Ms. Lewis is before the court on a waiver indictment alleging breach of trust. And Judge, I messed it up slightly. The indictment alleges breach of trust 2-10, but after some plea negotiations with Ms. Cook, the state is accepting the plea as a breach of trust under 2000.
Raise your right hand, ma'am. Speak into the mic and state your full name, please.
Darcia Lewis.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm to the testimony of this court to be...
Don't scream in the mic. Sorry.
Keep your hand up, ma'am. Do you solemnly swear and affirm to the testimony of this court to be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Is that right, Ms. Cook?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Where she's pleading to?
Yes, sir.
Lewis, ma'am, are you waiting presentment of your grand jury indictment?
Yes, sir.
And how do you plead to this charge?
Guilty.
Have you had time to talk to your lawyer about what you are doing today?
Yes, sir.
Now, you have 10 days to appeal the sentence and the plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Corbett?
Your Honor, this incident took place here in Sumter County on or about January 8, 2023. Ms. Lewis was an employee of Young's Market and was captured on a store surveillance camera taking a quantity of lottery tickets. Judge, it was just over the threshold for breach of trust in the 2-10 range, but given the peculiar nature of lottery tickets and the fact that she has no prior record, the state has accepted the negotiation of breach of trust under 2000.
Ms. Lewis, did you hear what he said happened?
Yes, sir.
Is that substantially correct, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
You still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
And, Ms. Lewis, are you guilty?
I am.
Ms. Cook, any concerns about her plea?
No, Your Honor.
I find that she's offered her plea freely, knowingly, and voluntarily. With advice of good counsel, I'll accept it and find it's factually based. Mr. Corbett, your thoughts about a fine?
Judge, considering the nature of costs and assessments, the state wouldn't have any objection to a $100 fine.
How much time does she need, Ms. Cook?
Your Honor, if Your Honor will be able to go up to 90, she says she can pay it in 90.
Ms. Lewis, you got until October 9th to pay your fines and all the fees that go along with it, or have to serve a 30-day sentence. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Discuss that with him today and make sure that he understands everything, and so we can go forward.
Mr. Gonzalez, how are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
So you are aware of what you could potentially face, right?
Yes, sir.
And you are aware they offer 5 years
Yes, sir.
on the whole package, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you understand that jury trials are adventures into an uncertain world? You never know what a jury's gonna do. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And then once it gets past the jury, if you found guilty on one or all charges, it may not be 5 years anymore. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is this what you want to do, reject that?
Honestly, I told them, asked them, can I get a continuance? That was a misunderstanding yesterday.
I'm not doing a continuance for that. We gotta move.
Yes, sir. I mean, I understand, so whatever it takes, yes, sir.
So, do you want to?
No, sir, I don't want to take the plea.
Okay, that's fine. Nobody's mad at you, Mr. Gonzalez. I'm certainly not mad. So, we'll, note that you rejected the plea offer and it goes on the trial docket.
And Your Honor, and just for the sake of the record, just to cover also all bases, I think 3 of the charges are violent and serious offenses, I believe, but I know they carry a mandatory minimum of 10 years. So, and I think up to 30. So is there a third distribution, third or subsequent of cocaine base?
Your Honor, 2 of them are 10 to 30. 1 of them is 5 to 20.
Okay.
So-
Understand that, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Put that on my desk. All right, ma'am.
Your Honor, this is the State of South Carolina versus Lorante Porter. True bill indictment 2024 GS 43-298, charging him with possession of a stolen vehicle. He is represented by attorney Chris Leonard. In exchange for his plea, the state is recommending a probationary sentence. He is here today wishing to enter a guilty plea, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand, sir. State your full name. Do you solemnly swear and affirm to the testimony of this court to be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Is that right, Mr. Leonard?
It is, Your Honor.
And I see he's true bill, so Mr. Porter,
Yes, sir.
how are you today?
I'm done all right.
Mr. Porter, how do you plead to this charge?
Good.
Are you satisfied with your lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You have 10 days to appeal the plea and the sentence. Do you know that now?
Yes, sir.
Ms. McAvoy?
Yes, Your Honor. On August 11th, 2020, here in Sumter County, Mr. Porter did have in his possession a 2005 Silver Infiniti valued at $5,000 belonging to Mikos Tony. Officers received a call that the vehicle was located at 1970 Camden Highway. Officers arrived and saw the defendant along with 3 other individuals standing around the car. The defendant was in the passenger door area of the vehicle. There were firearms in plain view in the vehicles. The officers received confirmation from Richland County that the Infiniti had been stolen 30 minutes prior from the Circle K on Pineview Road in Richland County. Mr. Porter was charged with possession of a stolen vehicle.
Mr. Porter, did you hear what she just said happened?
Yes, sir.
Is that substantially correct?
Yes, sir.
You still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
And are you guilty?
Yes, sir.
Ms. McAvoy, any victim involved today?
Your Honor, we did attempt to contact the victim. Sorry, let me find it. His number was out of service today.
Mr. Leonard, they're recommending probation. What are your thoughts?
Your Honor, I'm actually going to ask the court for a little bit better. I'm going to ask the court to consider a time served sentence, Your Honor. And the reason is mainly due to the age of this case. So at the time Mr. Porter was arrested, he had no criminal record whatsoever. We actually attempted to put this matter into PTI. Unfortunately, Mr. Porter was in a pretty severe car accident and had some housing issues and unable to complete that program. However, he has been out on bond since August of 2020, 3.5 years now, without getting a new charge. As the solicitor noted, this was a group of young gentlemen. I think Mr. Porter was the only one without a record. He was in the passenger side. We talked at length that the line between knew it was stolen and should have known it was stolen is not that thin, and Mr. Porter definitely admits that he should have known it was stolen based on the conduct of the co-defendants.
Does he have a record now?
He does not recommend. So he's been out on bond for 3.5 years, no convictions, no arrests. And we've asked the court to consider it a time served, so that's.
How much time did he serve?
2 days, Your Honor. He's shown society that he knows how to act. I think he's learned his lesson, and we'll definitely have this charge on his record going forward.
And Ms. McFaddin, you did your best regarding the victim, right?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Porter, are you familiar with the doctrine of or the belief of grace and mercy?
Yes, sir.
What is grace?
No, I don't. You said, say that one more time?
Grace and mercy.
Grace.
You didn't know this would be a test, did you?
Oh, forgive me, yeah.
Okay. Grace, as I understand it and believe it to be, is when you receive good things in life that you don't deserve. Mercy is when you don't get the punishment that you do deserve. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, you got no records, no crimes in 2.5, 3.5 years. That's commendable to today's society. Don't have a victim here to offer any other information here. State did try to do that. So, you get what I call a country ham today. Time served sentence. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.